Good morning, good afternoon, good day, good evening, wherever you are in the world right now joining us. I am so glad you were here. I'm Charlene. Welcome. Tell me where you're joining from. Drop a hello and your location in the chat so we, meaning myself and the bowls, can say good morning. Are you having a good day so far? What an interesting time we are moving through, coming out of this new moon, always a time of new beginnings, transformations, opportunities to plant seeds more deeply and begin to watch them grow. We're moving into that phase where we're beginning to see those seeds starting to come to fruition, coming to the surface. Lots of planetary alignments and all kinds of fun geometry in the sky. All of life is patterns replicating themselves across time and space because that is what the divine does. So how are the patterns in your life showing up? How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Good morning, Maria. Namaste to you as well. Resolving into that. I love that. Good morning, Joy. How are you? Joining us from Philadelphia. Nice to see you. Peace and rich rising to you as well. E.T., hello. Always love your hearts. And they're usually yellow, though sometimes green. I love that. Sandy says, so grateful for your beautiful energy and for yours as well, my friend. Thank you for all that you do. That's very kind. Thank you. Usually from the Tucson desert, yes, but now you are in Los Angeles, which is quite crazy. Indeed. But lovely to be with the family. Oh, we're so glad you're able to join your family. Thank you for getting up early to say hello. Joining us over on Instagram as well. Hi, the Higher Calm. Nice to see you. Bella Nortica, sorry. Tiny text. Bella Nortica sound, thanks for being here. So glad you're here. Higher Calm joins us from Greensboro, North Carolina. So beautiful. We're actually going to be near your neck of the woods this summer. We are doing a summer solstice sound retreat in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains at the Art of Living Retreat Center there in Boone, North Carolina. So if you want to learn more about that, you can check out our website. It's really easy. It's my name, Charlene.com. We'd love to see you there. Good morning, Anna. Nice to see you joining us on YouTube. Hello, morning from the Pinelands of New Jersey. Gail, nice to see you. Sending lots of love to you as well. Love your green heart. It's very apropos for the green that Jeremy chose for the day. Honey, I'm really digging your color choice. Like it's very, very resonant. I was watching, side note, fun fact, I was watching an interesting little clip the other day, and they were actually showing computer simulations about how a computer screen would change based on the resonance that the person was emitting at the time. There were sensory inputs, etc. And when a person was starting to talk about their favorite color, which for this woman happened to be yellow, the computer screen that had been pixelated before started to fill out into yellow based on the resonance that the person was projecting of their favorite color. So you never know how impacting color or any sort of experience, color in this instance is just one choice. So thank you for picking a beautiful green for us today to really lean into, honey. I walked in and I thought, ooh, it feels like Oz. A little less creepy. Oz has always been a little creepy to me. Oh, good morning, Sarah, joining us from the north coast of the USA. So glad you're here. Definitely feeling like a new beginning. So glad. Joe from Australia, hello, hello. Is that a pussycat for your icon image? Joe, you were so in the right place. And here, in this world, in our land of Oz, we love green, cats, and emojis. So, welcome. Very glad you're here. Aurora, nice to see you. Such a beautiful name. Makes me think of the name from Sleeping Beauty as a child. Apparently I'm very chatty today, Jeremy. I apologize. Good morning, Lori from Madison, Wisconsin. Nice to see you. So glad you're here. Suzanne, good morning from Salt Lake City. I hope you both are having a delightful day. Jacqueline, hello. Joy, everybody. Saying hello to all your peeps. I love that. From Spain, Mons joins us from Spain. Good morning. So glad you're here. I hope you had a beautiful day thus far, leading into a really lovely day. Wow, we're really settling into a much more grounded space right now. Isn't that lovely? So if this is your first time here, first of all, welcome. I'm Charlene, and in front of you are 22 chromatically tuned quartz crystal singing bowls. When I say chromatically tuned, I mean think of all of the notes on a piano keyboard in an octave, all of the white keys, plus all of the black keys. And you can tell what that does is it creates another level of color. It creates a widened palette for us to begin to express. And why does that matter? Sound is also experienced as color within our systems, among many other ways. Sometimes we experience sound as geometrical patterns. We experience sound as archetypes. We actually have an entire system called the archetypes of sound, talking about how various, in classical music we call musical intervals. You might have heard of a major third. It's the archetype of the lover. There's this beautiful, it almost sounds like you're in love when you hear this perfect third. You might have heard, major third, you might have heard of a perfect fifth. Connects us into the stability, the archetypal stability of the ruler. There's 12 different archetypes for all of the primary intervals that occur in classical music. So we experience music and sound not just as a number, a quantity, a specific hertz. We experience it very deeply and viscerally. And in our time together, we have the opportunity to combine notes in different ways, to create different feelings within our body. You notice how when I added this other tone in here, suddenly the mood just shifted. You might have felt the air lift a little bit. And if I add this tone, it takes us into a place of mystery. And all of this information is just that. It's data that we can use, data that you can use to feel more deeply into your body and figure out what's going on in your system today, right now. In an hour, it may be different. Yesterday, it could have been totally different. Next week, it won't be the same at all. We never walk through the same river twice. Just like life is perpetually moving and shifting and evolving for us, and we can use sound to reflect where we are in any moment. You see, your central nervous system actually responds to sound based on how your central nervous system is feeling in that moment, how it's tuned. There are times when you feel safe and secure and happy and all is well, and you'll experience a sound that I'm playing right now in a familiar, peaceful, easy way. Sometimes when the nervous system gets elevated into a point of fight or flight, your ear actually detunes, and all of these beautiful midtones become more difficult to hear. Your ear, your middle ear, the muscles of your middle ear actually tune down to be able to hear low tones. Think about the earth rumbling, volcano about to erupt, something that's about to happen, the earthquake, impending doom, the tidal wave that's coming. We're trained biologically to begin to listen to these other sounds. And at the same time, we listen to high-pitched sounds. The flight overhead of the birds, it's going to the pterodactyl, it's going to come pick us up and take us away for lunch. So your body actually responds differently based on your nervous system. Now, when we can apply and introduce tones in this mid-range that actually have a very similar tonal range, which just means the same register, like the same pitch region that a female voice does, like the voice of your mother, suddenly your body begins to settle. It begins to start to hear these pitches, this tonality, these frequencies in such a way that it helps the body begin to settle. And depending on how far into fight and flight you are, sometimes it takes a little bit longer to be able to settle back down into your body. Those are just high-level notes of the science that we connect into when we connect in with these bowls. These are not just normal crystal singing bowls. because we apply the depth of a classical musical understanding of how music deeply affects us, the science behind the polyvagal theory, other trauma-informed theories, so that we can begin to settle our body and actually use sound, use frequency as medicine for your nervous system. You have the opportunity to have a totally different experience with sound. So I'm so glad you are here. And I just went off on a little tangent. Jacqueline, nice to see you. I don't know if I had an opportunity to say hello to Jacqueline. Oh, I did. I did say hi to Jacqueline. And I see Joe as well. Jane. Oh, Jonna from Norway. Forgive me for not knowing exactly how to pronounce your name. Please tell me in the comments. I'd love to know. Good morning, Kathleen, sending love and blessings back to you in Echo Park. Jenny from Olympia, Washington. Joe says that your kitty is a tabby cat named Sassy, and she's listening. That's wonderful. It's amazing the effect that sound also has on animals. What we've noticed is that the animals are not only responding to sound, they're actually also responding to you as you listen to sound. So today, this is your journey. Experience it as it feels best for you and your body, knowing that every day your body feels a little bit different. So honor where you are right here, right now, because you'll never be in this exact same place, ever again. My friends, welcome. Welcome to Tune Into Wealth, the Prosperity Blueprint, Part 4. We're already at Part 4, the resonance of having. So let's talk a little bit about what to expect before we really fully dive in. Because to really empower both our physical and our energy, subtle bodies, into this flow, this dynamic flow of prosperity that moves us into the point of stabilized and structured wealth, we've architected this multi-part journey into multiple chambers, because prosperity isn't a single event. It's a sequential process in your biology. Just as your physical heart relies on those 4 distinct chambers to receive, to hold, to circulate, to pulse, to move the current of life through your body, your energetic architecture requires that same level of precision. A pattern in life is a pattern in life. When we figure out that pattern, you can unlock any other pattern simply by following the pattern. So in our first 2 chambers, we have built capacity and we've refined our frequency, really started tuning in. So today we're going to enter what I like to call the 3rd chamber, where we can activate that architecture that holds the resonance, the presence of having. Think of today as stepping into a room of havingness. We are here to widen your threshold in your body, to retune those ears so that you can begin to settle in more deeply into a space of safety, of assurance with yourself, and assurance of connection to all, and to tune the room of your heart to handle the pressures of life and the pressures of your own expansion, so that you can hold a life of abundance. Today, we stop chasing and we welcome and inhabit arriving. And before we enter this 3rd chamber, let's just refamiliarize your body again with those 2 biological anchors that we will continue to use today that have been so foundational and integral to the Tune Into Wealth series. The first is the mudra of bounteousness. This is where we place the right hand on the belly and your left hand directly on top. And you can feel the weight of your own center as you make this connection into your body. See, this is a seal of grounding. You are physically settling in to this lower body, into your space. It tells your brain to begin to neutralize that fight or flight response in the solar plexus, signaling to your nervous system that you are safe, you are present, you are here, and you are ready for the harvest. So think of this hand position as shifting us from grasping to overflow. And you just get to rest on top of that flow. And when you hold the mudra of bounteousness, you may want to try that with me now if you're not already doing so. This is a point where you're not asking for wealth. You're actually acknowledging at the very core of your being is a power and a deep well that will never run dry. You're actually feeling into that. You're allowing your physical body to settle into this space where that connection exists. Think of it as a gesture of sovereign ease, signaling that you have moved from being a seeker to a holder, a recipient, a connector. Now next is the mudra of communion. You may recognize. Opening your right palm, facing it up, cupped inside the left palm. You can either rest them in your lap as you do this to help stabilize. It helps you feel a little bit more stable. Or you can lift them up towards your heart or even out. And you'll experience this more like a broadcast. So if you're looking for more stability today, allow this hand position to sit in your lap. Otherwise, if you'd like to really bring it into your heart, you can move this hand position, kind of resting it, nestling it there in your chest area. It may at times feel like you're just lifting and connecting. When we do this particular hand motion, what you'll notice in your body is you begin to feel like you're connecting more deeply with the resonance of the space around you. Can you feel that? I took my breath away for a moment there. So wherever you need to move, do so throughout this time together whenever we get to the mudra of communion. This is a seal of radiation. So here, where we've been a container, here we're streaming, we're moving, we are connecting, surrendering, which means we are embodying the flow. So the mudra of communion, when we're in this particular hand position, we're actually signaling to our body that the distinction between giver and receiver vanishes, because which am I doing right now? You could easily perceive either or both. I'm giving you something, I'm receiving something. It's the same hand position. And when we acknowledge this reality to our body, your body begins to settle and integrate and expand in new ways, because it begins to feel that flow moving in you and around you. You're no longer just getting wealth, you're actually participating in this single vast organism where resources move through the body, just like your heart pulses blood that carries that flow of life. You are in this flow. So while the mudra of bounteousness is about grounding the source here in the lower belly, the mudra of communion is about radiating the source from your heart, or even from a place of groundedness, or even into the space all around you. So you'll begin to notice how easily your body recognizes these shapes, these patterns, these humble hand positions, and that you're not learning these gestures, you're really just remembering them. So begin to settle now more deeply into your body. As we enter the third chamber, where we architect having. In our first two chambers, we really optimized your vessel's capacity and planted the energy codes of your original tone. But today, we're going to lean into and address that invisible ceiling that so often exists for our prosperity. The mystics might call it your body's permission field. Scientists, they call it your vagal threshold. And if you think about the way life has been situated for us, how we've been encouraged to live life. Many of us are experts at the chase. Go, 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 push, push, push. A state of linear straining that keeps the body in constant sympathetic tension. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Did I check this off my list? Oh, I didn't want to forget that. Oh man, there's that constant moving into our nervous systems. What's interesting is that we are always wanting. Oh, I want to get that done. I want to finish this. I want to have that. I want to be able to go here. I want to be able to eat that. I want to be able to experience this. And wanting is actually a signal of lack. Because if we want anything, we carry that feeling, that vibration of want within us. And when you're resonating that want, we're communicating with a universal organizing field and asking to continue to bring us more of that vibration of wanting, which is very different than the vibration of having. So think of it like this. To your body's nervous system, wanting signals insufficiency, shortage, a lack. So if you carry that vibration of want, you broadcast a frequency of absence. And the universe, faithful as ever, responds by giving you more wanting. So today we alchemize that chase, that pursuit, that wanting, that not having, moving from the friction of constantly seeking, constantly wanting, to the sovereign state and embracing of having. Having gives us freedom. Having provides responsibility, an opportunity to expand, to see our world differently, to move with ease. You see, havingness is the acceptance of all. The ability to bring in exactly what is meant for us to experience, which may be different from your friends or your neighbors or your brothers or your sisters or your mothers or your fathers. Your perfect amount of havingness will always find you when you vibrate permission to receive it. So just allow your eyes to begin to close and shift your undivided attention now to the center of your chest and the area of your heart. Begin to witness your breath flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, perhaps a little deeper than usual, finding a smooth, easy rhythm. Perhaps you notice it's easy to inhale for a count of 5 and exhale for 5. Let's see if we can try that together. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. In your perfect tempo, imagine your breath is flowing in and out of your heart. Inhale for 5, exhale for 5. Slow and steady, easy and effortless. Inhaling for 5, exhaling for 5. This is actually called the perfect breath. It's perfect because when we inhale for about 5.5 seconds, you can do that about 5.5 times every minute. And within 1 minute, you'll take in 5.5 liters of oxygen. It begins to settle your system. brings more stability to your central nervous system. There you go, finding your perfect rhythm. Feel your breath flowing directly in and out of your heart. Notice how this rhythmic loop begins to quiet any mental noise. Perhaps your body's beginning to settle even more deeply. Notice how this breath feels as though it's beginning to smooth that hum of emotions you'd been feeling, whether uplifting, off-putting, frightening, or divine. This will help you smooth that emotional process throughout your entire body, turning down the emotions, the mind, all of that, if just but for a moment. Shifting from that chaotic state of doing into the perfectly balanced, flowing, symmetrical wave of being. Inhaling for 5, simply. Exhaling for 5, easily. Slow and steady, and you begin to notice your heart leading, sending pulses of safety up to your brain, your body connected, no longer divided, more coherent, becoming a unified architecture ready to receive, ready to give, ready to move in the universal flow happening all around you all the time. And as you hold your focus there in your heart, it's easy to begin to activate a feeling of gratitude, of appreciation. Perhaps it's a feeling of love or care that you have for someone or something. It could be for a loved one, a family member, a furry friend, a beautiful vista in your mind, a place you visited, an experience you've had. The breathtaking scent of a potted plant that brings you so much joy. Whatever that is, begin to experience this heightened feeling, this gratitude, appreciation, love, or care, whatever it's expressing as for you right now. Feel it more than just an emotion. Feel it as a warmth that's radiating from the center of your chest, expanding out through your body with every breath in through your heart. The gratitude, the expression grows, and with every breath out, it radiates through your entire system. It's easy to feel safe and comfortable to use your breath, moving through your heart to propel, to flow this elevated emotion. And you may notice your body relaxing even more. And perhaps your body feels lighter, maybe more alive, as you are literally synchronizing the rhythm of your heart with the rhythms for your body to match. Allow that warmth to spread. And as you embrace the power, the potency of your breath, you're pulling your nervous system back into that sovereign current of the present moment, the natural power, presence, divinity within you. Take a deep breath in, hold that breath in, breathing in through your heart, feeling that heart relax. As you slowly exhale, just allow those feelings to fade just for now. Perhaps still vibrating system is coherent, it's actually easy to begin to intentionally lengthen your exhale now, which summons more stillness via your vagus nerve, signaling your heart to slow down, and actually your biofield to open wider. So our count will shift to 5 and 7. A little longer exhale. Inhale through the heart for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale slowly for 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Continue on your own. See about extending that exhale. Notice the luxurious length of that exhale. What you're doing is you're training your biology to stay open longer than it's contracting. Think about dropping that armor of the hustle of life and telling your body, hey, I am safe. I am here. I am alive. And all is well. Now let's deepen this beautiful activation that you may notice is bringing even more stillness into your system. So I invite you to place your hands into the mudra of Bounteousness, the right hand on the belly, the left hand resting on the top. Feel the warmth and weight of your hands. You see, this mudra is more than a physical posture. Like we said, it's an energetic seal. So by placing your hands here, you are quite literally holding your own center. You are grounding your energy back into the earth, into the seat of your existence. Notice that warmth transferring from your palms into your core. You're telling your system, I am here. I am presence. I have presence. There's a weight. There's a gravity to me that runs through me. See, the mudra of Bounteousness acts to neutralize that solar plexus. Its primary purpose is to soothe your navel center, that area where we traditionally store that fight or flight within the body, that anxiety related to survival and resources. You are physically closing a circuit that calms the sympathetic nervous system, signaling to the body that the hunt, the chase, is over. You are in the harvest right now. Breathe. If you have a grounding practice, I invite you to begin that now. If not, think, imagine, or feel a golden cord of grounding light that originates at the base of your spine. It's about as wide as your hips, and it descends down out of your body through the surface beneath you, through the floor, connecting deeply into the earth, somewhere that feels good, welcoming, familiar to you. This golden cord of light can act as a transport system today. Any time that you have a feeling, a vibration, an energy, a sensation that you're ready to release, you can allow it to simply dissolve down this golden cord of grounding light. So as you are feeling grounded, resting in this mudra of bounteousness, you may begin to realize that the warmth beneath your hands is the start of something new. It's signaling a new beginning, a new exciting journey. For what seemed like lifetimes, perhaps, that old narrative tried to embed within us that our worth is a wage to be earned, that you must strive old scripts and these old codes from this coherent, grounded place of pure bounty overflowing. Take a deep breath in, holding that breath in, feeling your heart relax. And as you slowly exhale, allow your attention now to shift into the very center of your head, into the area of that third eye. Here, in the theater of your mind, I invite you to allow any moment in your life when you felt obligated to produce, to seek, to struggle, to gently appear in front of you like a film on a movie screen. Observe the images playing out. Just watch. Any time that you were asked to produce, to struggle, notice the colors, the sounds, and especially any physical sensations that they might begin to trigger in your body right now. Perhaps there's a familiar tension in your neck, a dull ache in your back, maybe a heavy bracing or weight on your shoulders. Just allow these moments to be there. There's no judgment, just witness and breathe. Just watch this film of this version of you, just one version of you. Let's call this version the struggler. The struggler. You have struggled. And notice now how at the bottom of this movie screen that you are watching, there's a big red dial. Reach out. Begin to turn that dial down. Watch as those once vibrant colors of those stressful memories begin to fade to a pale gray. Keep turning down that volume. You might notice those images becoming smaller, more distant, grainy, and slightly out of focus. They're more like a whisper than a shout. Keep turning that volume down, and as the image fades, notice how the tension in your shoulders is beginning to lose its grip. Notice how your body might be beginning to settle more deeply. Keep turning that dial as slowly or as rapidly as you want. This is your choice of what you want to keep or what you want to release. And there's no judgment in that. Whatever's best for you right now. Some may feel compelled to turn the dial all the way off, grounding out all of those past experiences, turning down the reaction to them. Some may want to keep a little bit of it. This is great. You find your path. Notice how the struggle is becoming a past experience rather than a present reality. Take a deep breath in, holding that breath in, feeling your body relax a little bit more. And as you exhale, if there's anything that you just want to send down that golden cord of grounding light, you do so now. Now let's clear any remaining static from your body's physical architecture. So take a deep clearing breath in into those areas of tension, maybe your jaw, your neck, your back. Hold that breath, and then as you exhale, imagine a wave of golden light sweeping into your body from the crown of your head down your spine, through your arms. And as this wave passes through you, begins to gently unhook those old obligations from your nervous system. See that light descending down your torso, into your belly, your hips, feeling any bracing dissolve. Imagine the weight of those expectations literally dripping down, falling off your back, dissolving through the floor beneath you down that golden cord of grounding light. Feel that golden light settling down into your legs, now your knees, your ankles, grounding into your feet, into your toes, and you breathe. You are clearing the field. Settle in this space, if but for a moment. Take a deep breath in, holding that breath in, feeling your heart relax, and as you slowly exhale, take a moment to feel this new spaciousness unfolding in your body. Notice this new quiet that exists when all of that static is turned off, is grounded, is dropped away. See, in this new, empty, clear space, you are simply a recipient, open to the flow, open to the infinite. You are a vessel that finally, maybe perhaps for the first time, is truly empty enough to be filled. In this new empty space that's brimming with potential, the vibration, the frequency of having is ready to take seed and blossom. Now, because every soul carries a different, unique blueprint, I'd like to invite you now to choose your next steps. Choose a portal of entry that feels most aligned with your body right now. It could be different tomorrow or the next day, but right now, which of these paths would you choose? There are 3, and I'll explain each. The first is memory. The second is imagination. The third is stillness. I'll explain, and you gently consider. Path 1, the memory of evidence. Perhaps if you choose this path, this portal, you remember evidence, something that's happened to you that you recall, perhaps quite vividly. You can reach back into your cellular memory and find a fact, a factual moment of absolute satisfaction. A resource arriving, a task perfectly finished, a moment when your system sighed, yes, this is enough, I remember this. And you can map that warmth in your body. That is path 1. Path 2, the imagination of gratification. Maybe you choose a path of creation. If a specific memory feels distant or inaccessible right now, why not create a physical sensation of that gratitude? You can rehearse the feeling of a long journey coming to an end. You can rehearse the moments of your life as they burst into bloom and you feel that deep, heavy, grounded gratitude of a mission accomplished. That's path 2. Path 3, the 0 point baseline, sovereign stillness. So if neither memory nor active imagination speaks to you today, find neutrality. Find the quiet, cool, 0 point of stillness where you're not wanting, you're not searching or needing anything. In this stillness, you're a perfect vessel. 3 paths. Which feels right to you? Memory, imagination, or stillness? I'll lead you through each, starting with memory. If your path is memory, begin to reactivate that evidence, that memory. Reach back and find a specific moment of satisfaction. Good. Now begin to track it. Find the exact spot in your body where that feeling starts. Maybe it's a warmth in your solar plexus, a fullness in your throat, an uplifting in your chest, like you're breathing in the fullness of life. Now, once you find that physical, energized spot, breathe into it even more. See yourself breathing into that place, no matter where it is, until it begins to glow. See, you're not just remembering a story in this moment, you're actually stoking a physical fire that's already alive within yourself, within your cells, deep within. Keep stoking that flame, turning up that glow, and stay with your process as others journey on. If you chose the path of imagination, let's begin to rehearse like an actor in a play, embodying the fullness of that character in your life right now. You are that character. Let's rehearse that gratitude. Let the physical exhale of arrival, yes, it has come, it's happened. You feel so much freedom, a lightness moving easily through your shoulders and down your spine as you inhabit this expansion, this major win. Imagine you've just finished this monumental task and you are sitting in that presence of what you have done, of what has happened, of what you've been gifted or blessed with. You can physically feel your shoulders drop, your jaw unhinging. Feel a heaviness in your limbs just settling into this space. You want to be here. You are teaching your muscles that this is the posture of a person who has achieved what it is that they so desired. They've been blessed with their miracle. What does the miracle feel like in your body? Experience that right now. And stay with your process as others journey on. If your path is stillness, begin to settle even more deeply into a place of neutrality, feeling neutral, unaffected, unswayed by the highs, the lows, centered, more balanced in your space. Focus on the space between your breaths, that space between where you've taken a deep, beautiful inhale, that moment at the top of the breath before you just slightly exhale, that space at the bottom of the exhale before the breath returns, that space, that stillness, that tiny silent gap Feel yourself settle even more deeply into that gap. Notice that in that sliver of time, that gap, there's no lack, no wanting, because it is the pure point of the existence of all, of nothingness, simultaneously. Just let your body feel into that gap, that stillness. You are a solid, steady point of existence, and you occupy that gap. Stay with your process. For whichever path you have chosen, stillness, imagination, or memory, it's easy to even more fully occupy it now. This path is your portal to your unique frequency of having as a real-time biological unfolding within your body. And you breathe into that safety, into that certainty, for it is unfolding right now. And as you occupy this frequency, you breathe into the allowance that the present moment gift has arrived to begin to move into this gateway of expression. So if you're still holding that seal, the mudra of bounteousness there in your belly, take a deep breath in, breathing in, holding that breath, and then exhale fully and allow your hands just to drop for a moment. What do you notice in your body? Great. Now, go back to your pathway, your portal, whether it was stillness, imagination, or memory. Go back to your memory. Go back to that point of feeling into the imagination. Go back into that settling into the stillness. And now let's reposition our hands into the mudra of communion. That open right palm facing up to the sky, cupped inside that left palm. If you want to stabilize this energy, allow it just to rest in your lap, your hands resting in your lap. If you want to activate the heart, raise your hands directly over your heart. Or maybe if you begin to want to broadcast this out, this resonance out, allow your hands to float upward, resting over your high heart, connected into the all. Find your perfect position of expression right now. Not worried about the meaning, not thinking about what it could be, but allowing the feeling to move through your body. Allow your body to guide your hands where it feels best to you. No matter where you've chosen, you have entered the mudra, the shape, the vibration, the expression of communion, and you breathe. And it's easy to begin to notice the shifts that are just quietly happening under the surface in your internal architecture. See, by opening your palms, connecting with the heart, you're shifting from that holding to the radiating, from containing to broadcasting. You can move effortlessly between these vibrations simply with the expression in your hands, and right now you are expressing that openness to all. And it's easy to begin to notice how in your biofield, it's that space just beyond your skin, how it's becoming more electrically alive, coherent, vibrating, sizzling. You might notice it subtly, you might not notice it at all, You might notice it quite profoundly. All are great. But within this boundary, sitting just atop your skin, this vibration, this frequency of your chosen path, the memory, the imagination, or the stillness, this is where that exists. And you turn up the volume of your chosen path, igniting that memory, empowering that glow, turning up the resonance of that creation that you're bringing forth, settling into the power of the silence. For your internal state is the blueprint for your external reality, and you have stabilized your architecture, which now allows us to set the resonance of this chamber, this space. And it's easy to use the power of your divinely gifted voice as a harmonic seal. Like the Archangel Gabriel announcing a new resonant presence, an invitation to the infinite field. Not from a point of ego, but from a point of pure connectivity. In a moment, we're going to allow your body to sound its own unique tone, however beautiful or strident, dynamic and loud, or gentle and quiet. So as you inhale deeply, draw the power of your havingness up from your core, from the belly, up into your lungs like a penetrating golden ray of light that moves from your core, innervates your breath, and activates your heart. And as you exhale, release a sustained ah or a deep oh sound. Good. Connect into this resonance. Keep toning. Keep toning. If you can't tone, feel your body, what it would feel like. Good. As you are bringing forth, calling forth this tone from deep within you. Allow that tone to grow. Whether it's audible or not, it doesn't matter. It is the vibration that you are calling forth. This is the resonance of having. If your hands are in your lap, maybe feel that vibration of your voice humming into your open palms, pooling there like a liquid gold. You're stabilizing this capacity to hold. If your hands are extended or they're near your heart, wow, feel the sound vibrating beneath your fingers, rippling outward from your chest into the space around you, opening your field to expand. Good. Inhale and release that tone, feeling the sound clearing the air, claiming the space around you as your own. Good. Inhaling again, exhaling and toning. Notice how that vibration of having feels different. There's more certainty. There's more presence. You can feel that sound of a foundation that is not shakeable. It is impermeable. This one last time. Inhale. And as you exhale and tone, let this be the absolute effortless signature of your arrival. Good. 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 Now notice a silence that follows. It's not empty, it's saturated, pregnant with the frequency of your unique vibration, with your resonance of having. You see, in this stillness, the distinction between you and your perfect abundance has dissolved. There is no longer the seeker and the sought. There is only resonance. And you sit in these frequencies of havingness. are surrounded by the divine. You live in pure potential. And every choice that you call forth to experience and express through your life is perfect. You are exactly where you are meant to be, right here, right now. Gently let go of any images that you have in your mind. Just see them easily dissolving, drifting back into that infinite void of stillness and silence, feeling that golden resonance still moving throughout your body, deep within you, as if but a whisper. And as we prepare to depart from the third chamber, we bring back its architecture and vibration back into the world of form. Begin to notice what you have created, what you've manifested, what you have brought forth with you today, and what you carry back with you now. It's more than a good feeling. It's a resonant capacity. You have physically retrained your body, widened your vagal threshold. You've trained your heart. You have opened your mind. You have allowed your brain and your heart to communicate in a more steady, open way, so that you can physically embody the presence of a more expanded potential. You're carrying a somatic certainty, that physical memory of what it feels like to be full and empty all at the same time. In this place of certainty, of fullness and emptiness, there is the opportunity to receive and the opportunity to flow. That is the balance that we seek, that brings the greatest stability within. For in this place, this constant movement, we are stabilized by the connection to all. Feel that fullness now. You are the steady ground, you are the landmark, and you flow with ease and with grace. And as you take one last deep, clearing breath in, inhale the presence of your original tone, your frequency, your unique expression of havingness, holding that breath, feeling that heart expand. And as you exhale, you let it go. You feel your physical weight begin to settle more firmly back into the earth, into your body. For you are grounded, you are clear, you are attuned. When you are ready, in your own time, gently blink your eyes and they flutter open. My friends, welcome back from Chamber 3. Welcome back to your life as it truly is, bursting into bloom, carrying the resonance of having. Well done. Well done. How was that for you? If you'd like to take a moment and drop Any thoughts, experiences, expressions, questions into the comments? I'd love to go through them with you right now. Thank you so much for allowing me to walk that experience with you. What a beautiful session. Your energies all help to really create and manifest. And as you feel comfortable sharing, let me reflect back. It was very interesting today how we actually moved in. We moved outside of a traditional octave. A lot of times we'll move within a single octave. And typically you wouldn't hear, so you'll hear, right, or other notes. We'll always move within this grounded place. Sometimes we can change the fundamental tone and pitch, which has a different effect within our body, and we did that today too. A lot of times we frequently will ground into this A because it helps to open that space of perception, the ability to perceive more deeply, to not only perceive in our head, but to perceive more into our physical bodies as well, so we can have more of a somatic experience, like, oh, that pain in my shoulder, that's connected to that memory that's just lit up, and you can move through and do something with it. But today we were actually expanding octaves beyond traditional ranges. We were moving in the archetypes of sound, when we combine intervals outside of the 12-note octave range, we begin to take these intervals into their higher, more enlightened gifts and expressions. So we were moving outside of the traditional work that we do in our everyday lives and actually expanding our systems so that we can hold more. Think of it as after you work out, you stretch your muscles. You've just strengthened them. You've contracted them, right? But if you stretch and you open up your muscles after you've applied contraction, you're going to have more mobility. Now, sometimes that contraction, natural contraction, will set back in, but you have already established more structure, more openness in your system than you would have if you had just worked out and not stretched. So it'll be really interesting to see how, as we move and continue to open and stretch through these phases, what physical experiences you might have. So I'd like to invite you over the next 24 to 48 hours, consider in your life what felt expanded to you today and see how much more expanded it stays than when you started. If that makes sense. So if this is how much expansion you felt when you started, and this is how much expansion you feel now, notice in the next couple of days, I still feel this, or I feel this. Just notice what's going on in your system. Maybe like, I feel this. I went back to the same. That's great. All of that is information and data that you can use to help find out what your nervous system needs. Oh, look, wow, my nervous system really responded to this. Great. And it held. Awesome. It didn't hold. Cool. How can we help it hold for you? So there'll be interesting things that you can do with that. All of life is an experience and an expression and an experiment. That's kind of what I think. So anyway, let's go through your comments. Thank you, Jeremy, for walking me through these. Anna, I'm so glad you were here. Hi, Nick Knack. Good afternoon from Glastonbury, United Kingdom. So glad you joined us, sending some good mystical vibes back your way. Appreciate you being here. Barb in Vero Beach, so glad you were here. Nocturnal, always so mystical and whimsical in here. Yay! So appreciate you being here. Alan, hi to you as well. Adrian, thank you. I'm so glad that was good for you. Nick Knack says, wow, that was epic. Thank you so much. I feel so blessed to be here. Felt like I was being resurrected. That's amazing. Isn't that incredible when we can shift literally your nervous system, how life feels like it comes back online, like it's being resurrected. You did that. Well done. High five. Thank you for sharing that. Insight Timer friends, hello, hello, hello. Jeremy's scrolling through the comments for me. Kevin, nice to see you. I'm so glad you joined us. Hope you had a wonderful practice. I appreciate it being your first time here. Maria says, vagal threshold. Yes. Per Manda. Okay, first of all, that's just fantastic. Wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Charlene, you look like a Celtic angel. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. I love how you chose stillness too. That was a really profound pathway, that portal of entry into yourself. And there's different paths that we can choose. Sometimes it's really easy to access a memory and be like, oh, okay, hold on to that vibration, to that feeling. Or like imagination, nah, I got nothing, but I am a really great actor. I'm a fantastic creator. I'm going to create this feeling. You can do that. And some people are like, nope, let's walk into this portal of potentiality of stillness. Whatever path you choose, it's your perfect path, and you may choose a different one the next time. Katari says, thank you for your loving life. Your mind is focused on having. Good. And hopefully your body can begin to relax into that process as well. Thank you so much for your generous donation. We appreciate you. May it come back to you 100-fold. E.T. Oh, sunflowers and yellow hearts. Yay! I'm so glad. That's awesome. You know, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And there's 3 sunflowers and 3 yellow hearts. So that's literally 6,000 words. That was a dissertation you wrote, E.T. Amazing. I love that. I'm glad that's feeling more open and blossoming and expanding with all of that golden energy that you bring. Kathleen says exquisite. Good. I'm glad that felt good for you. Aurora says it was expansive. Awesome. Sandy says, play loving ALC. When I was a little girl, I got to be in her kitchen and her grace and her love. It was so comforting and beautiful. I remember that's when I first learned that family comes first, even if it's just the family that we choose. So much love. Thank you. And to you as well. What a beautiful expression. It's amazing what comes up for us during these sessions and these times. Whatever comes up is exactly what we need in any moment for whatever reason. That's the beauty of it. Love that. Thank you for sharing it. Maria says, my heart longs for imagination and your body longs for stillness. I love it. Nice balance between the two. It's fantastic. And you can absolutely combine paths, right? Depending on how you choose to work. For many, it's easier to maintain a single focus. For some, it's easier to move through and balance in different ways. You know, it's almost like playing piano. Do you want to play piano with one hand? Nail the melody? Absolutely. Sometimes you want to play melody and a harmony simultaneously. It just depends on your expression in that moment. I love that. Oh, Lori, love all of your hearts. Glad you're over here on YouTube as well. It was incredible. You felt grounded and expanded. Thank you. Oh, we're grateful for you as well. Permanda Mermaid Mama, man, these are like greatest handles ever. I found you here and subscribed. Thank you so much, my friends. I appreciate you. One of the reasons that we broadcast on multiple platforms is that because not everybody exists in the same ecosystem. And sometimes you want to be in different places. And sometimes different platforms do different things. And others work and others don't. And you just never know, because that's the experiment of life. So thank you so much for joining us, for following us on social media. I know I say this, and I know it doesn't sound like much, but for anybody who's doing anything on social media, every follow, every like, every subscribe, every just high five, every little comment, no matter how seemingly small, it helps us significantly. Not only does it help us, it helps the work that we're all doing collectively, because it tells the algorithm, gods, use that term loosely, that, oh, more people should be connecting to this information. And so simply by you showing up or offering a little high five of gentle support on any of these social platforms, and we're on all of them, you're actually helping to spread this message, this same work that you are doing, helping others connect to it. That's the importance of it. It's not like how many likes or subscribers you get. It's how can we support and give and bless others in an opportunity they didn't even know was there. So that's why all of your social media, high fives, your hearts, your loves, all of it, it actually contributes to the process. So thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. Joy says, so much gratitude. Thank you. Yes, feels like liberation, expansion, and ease. Green heart emojis for growth. Oh, yeah. I love that. Thanks for sharing, my friend. That's beautiful. Sandy says, my Aunt Elsie taught me so much. Sorry, I jumped. About love. I felt like I was in her presence. Purple, 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 purple hearts, and a gold star. Well, maybe you were. And maybe her presence is alive within you. Amazing. Jacqueline, I love your sparkly emoji hearts. We love you too, my friend. Thank you for being here. Jeanette, that was great and very interesting. Good, good. Everything meets us where we are, what we need. And I appreciate your presence in being here. Joy Katari says, the having. Yes, yes, yes. Locking into that frequency and vibration and flow. Jeanette says, thank you for creating this series. You are most welcome. We have one more installment coming up. It'll be actually in 2 days. 48 hours from now. On Wednesday, April 22nd. Yes, the 22nd. I'm like, wait, what month is this? What year is this? What day is it? Wednesday, April 22nd at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And this is where we're going to be expanding our prosperity current. So if you want to join us, come back into this final installment of the series, expand your prosperity current as we tune into Wealth of Prosperity Blueprint series this Wednesday on April 22nd. Now, if you were here at the beginning, you might have heard me mention we are so excited to be connecting with you live, in person. And if you want to connect with us live, in person, to feel the vibrations that are actually coming off these bowls. I don't know if you saw this, but there was a time today when I actually was trying to shape the vibrations, because whatever this bowl was putting out, whatever you guys were resonating, this was towards the end, this was when you were toning, the vocal toning, so there was so much collective resonance coming through. Stuff in the room was shaking, other things in the studio, and I'm like, I don't know what is shaking, but so trying to not control the situation, but make sure I didn't break anything. That would be bad. I was actually a little concerned that something might shatter. Nothing's impossible. So, but really good job, guys. Y'all crushed in a very good way, very loving and peaceful and heartfelt way. The vocal toning, you really brought forth powerful energy under that, and it was palpable. It was palpable on my end, and I don't even have a volume to hear y'all. So the resonance that you brought, I can only imagine the changes, not only collectively that you have done together today. So high five, and thank you for that. Thank you for doing that for the collective. You know, sometimes we process things in the world, not just for us, not because of bad karma that we've created, but because we've said, hey, this frequency pattern is here. I can step in. I can hold this. I can help process it. I can help change it. We can help repattern that. Not because I did something wrong necessarily or bad or whatever. Now I'm reaping what I'm sowing. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe because I can actually step in and help support the collective. See, that's why we do what we do. That's why all of us do what we do. That's why you do what you do. Not just to heal yourself. Yes, you are healing yourself. And in healing yourself, you are healing the collective. And in healing yourself, you are healing the collective. So if you want to join us live in person, we're doing a summer solstice sound immersion. I'm so excited about this. June 19th through the 21st, we would love to have you there. It's in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains in Boone, North Carolina. Actually, this is at the ashram of the Art of Living Retreat Center that used to be the TM, Transcendental Meditation. They originally built this entire structure, and it's a massive, massive campus with incredible food. Everything is cooked from a heart-based perspective, so it's very healing, both on the inside as well as on the outside. The nature around it is unparalleled. You sit at the top of Heavenly Mountain. It's over 1 billion years old. I think the 9th oldest mountain in the world. So you can imagine the resonance that's up there. And you just experience the world differently. And when you combine sound, the power of your intention, the power of the setting that you're in with the collective energy that we all bring together, it will be truly transformative. So we'd love to have you there this summer solstice when the light is at its peak. It's when we can illuminate everything that we are ready to shift, transform, and to alchemize. We're going to be journeying through the 7 chambers of the alchemist's heart. I'd love to see you there. If you want more information, you can actually just go to our website, my name, Charleene.com. You can access it on any channel. You just go to our bio or link or wherever, or even if you don't want to, just type in my name. Make sure you get 3 E's because there are a lot of E's. Charleene.com, it's on that opening page. I'm also really excited. We have launched our new homepage, Charleene.com. And we also we are so excited. We are giving away a beautiful, powerful, epic meditation. This is not just some pretty crystals like, nah, and now we smile and now we tune and all is well. Those are great. This is a 16-minute daily meditation that helps you more deeply attune and connect to your destiny so that you can live the life that you are intended, that you feel compelled towards, that you are called to embody. 16 minutes, once a day, every day. You'll notice a major difference. Within 21 days, your life will begin to change. All of those things that you were trying to chase after or suddenly just start coming towards you because you are more attuned and more connected. So check that out. It's on our website, Charleene.com. Would love to hear your feedback and in the process of going through that. They're actually testing all of the bells and whistles in that too. So give us your feedback. Let us know if there's like, hey, there's something that happened in this email or whatever. Let us know. You know, this is a community that we appreciate your feedback, and there's always room to grow and improve. So if you ever feel like we can better serve you, let us know. And we thank you for that. Yeah. Oh, I love all of your comments. Annie, thank you so much for your donation. We appreciate you. May it come back to you 100-fold. Mike says, wonderful as always. Thanks again for sharing your gift with us. Thank you, Mike, so much. Permanda, what other forums are we on? We are on all of our social platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. My mind went blank there for a second. YouTube, of course. Actually, I'm on X. I don't really get on X very often. But yeah, so join us. You can always find out more details at charleene.com. Circle and our new Circle community. Jeremy's going, Circle community. We literally just launched this. So here's the cool thing is that if you want that destiny meditation, what it's going to do, it's actually going to help you move into the Circle community. There's free community that you can access some really cool stuff, including your daily destiny meditation, conversations that are in there. I pop in there and we're talking and we're experiencing life in a more attuned fashion, because isn't that the point of life? Sometimes we go out of tune like consistently, but how can we keep those times of being in tune last a little bit longer until we need to retune ourselves? That's that perpetual subtle adjustment in life. So this is a community where we get to do that. There's also a paid membership that has some really cool things, including access where we'll be doing bi-monthly lives similar to this, but actually where you and I can dialogue. And we'll do one-on-one hot seats, live attunements where you can begin to tap in and listen to the sound that you, Karen from Australia, hello, nice to see you. So if Karen and I were in this live together on the Circle community doing this, as part of the membership, we will sit there and we will attune Karen based on where her energy field in that moment is calling or inviting sound. And sound is what leads us and what guides us. So yeah, Lisa Nanda says it's pretty cool. Yep. Thank you so much, my friend, for joining us. We can't wait to see you and connect even more deeply. Wow, I'm sorry, I'm hearing a lot of things around me. Interesting. Okay. Jeremy's like, what are you hearing? It's not me. No, honey. So in answer to all of those questions, community is what keeps us connected to the truth of ourselves. The resonance that we find within ourselves is a reflection and reflects back to us in our outer world. If you want to know what's going on in your inner world, it's easy and more accessible if you have an outside relationship in which to experience yourself. See, relationship is a mirror in which we can reflect back our own inner workings. Any tension that we feel outside reflects back a tension that's happening within us, not necessarily just outside of us. The good as well. And so when we come together, when we connect in community, we have a deeper access into the inner workings of ourselves, of which so many of you are already naturally doing. And I thank you for being here. Thank you for connecting with us right here and right now, whatever plane of existence you're on. My friends, it's always good to be here and to see you. And I can't wait to see you again this Wednesday in 2 days, less than 48 hours. We'll be back together finishing up this Tune into Wealth series with part 5, moving into the chamber 4 of the heart. If you want that deep meditation again, that destiny meditation to reactivate your truth and your balance, you can find that at charleene.com. Also, Jeremy, thank you so much for reminding me. As part of this Tune into Wealth series, guys, forgive me for jumping all over the place right now. There's a lot happening. We've also created a sleep meditation. And as Gail has already listened, she's already checked it out. If you go to our YouTube page, there's a sleep meditation playlist that's specifically connected to this attracting wealth. This is an 8-hour deep sleep meditation that helps you more deeply connect into the resonance of having. So as you fall asleep tonight, let your subconscious do the work and carry you the whole night through. If that's something that appeals to you, it's there with our love. Because life should be experienced to its fullness. And your fullness may be different than my fullness, may be different than his fullness or hers. But your perfect fullness is the expression of your divine self. So we honor your divine self. We thank you for being here with us. And we can't wait to see you again. May you walk in peace and harmony. From my heart to yours. Satnam.